you stands a figure wrapped in cloth. As she turns from her prayers, you can see nothing of her eyes except two deep, dark holes in an ornate mask.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Did you see? Gareth's back.
Oh.
He's here to take us home.
Interesting. Oh. +1 scoundrel. Bane, would you like that? No. No. Who has what? You have intelligence and lucky. You have wits, which I like wits. But you don't really benefit from anything with scoundrel. So we'll just ignore that. We'll ignore that one. What are you? You're a magical stone wand. Oh. Creates a 1 meter ice surface when targeting terrain.
He's here to take us home.
The acid for 2. What? Oh, that.
You'll show your mettle
Told you
That sounds good.
We'll be heading home in no time.
Glad you're back, sir.
+1 constitution and +19 HP. There's so much goodies.
I can make this work. Maybe.
Well, actually, by giving her this wand, I can actually attach a shield to her. I think that's a deal.
Good work.
Okay, somebody's getting this. I think Z's gonna get this. So you know what? Boom. Oh, hold on. Hold point. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go gold value.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these
Gareth's back.
swamps.
Yes, we can sell that.
Now that Gareth returned.
+9% damage as fire. Okay. Restoration scrolls. Yes, sell that. Water balloons set wet for 2 turns. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna need that. Oh man.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Keep your wits about
Do
you,
you think
man.
I
We
want
need
that for her and the
Good to
wand?
see you. We were afraid. We were so afraid.
I kind of like that.
Did you see? Gareth's
Yeah, I kind of like that. So,
He's here to take us home.
spontaneous combustion. What the? Huh. Interesting. Oh.
Divine blessings.
Arrow
It's good to see
third.
Gareth safe and
Arrow
sound.
third skills. Okay. Oh.
We can finally get out of here now that Gareth's returned.
Well, if we give somebody 2 points, we can probably get this. Interesting. Uncanny evasion skill book. Dazing book. Bolt skill book.
Make the blade sharp and true. Yes, sir.
Okay, so with that we can just sell a cheap thing. Something cheap. What is this? Soap. Okay, we
It's
don't
good to see
need
Gareth
that.
safe and sound.
Wood chips.
He's here to take us home.
Yeah, sure. We'll sell the wood chips.
Glad you're with us, Leia.
Thank you. You were missed.
Armadia's blessings, child. So you are the one who returned Gareth to his flock.
Say that
You
you are.
have my thanks for giving them hope, but I fear for their future. They cannot escape these swamps. They do not have the strength.
Tell her that you're confident they can
Then
win.
you're more the fool than I thought. Without aid, the Magister's shriekers will tear them apart.
Well, sorry. Rude. Snap that maybe she should do something to help them.
I have done all I can. There is nothing more.
Oh no! Okay, so what did I say? Tell her that you heard the Seekers muttering about her. They sounded dangerous.
Perhaps you are right. Perhaps there is another path. I told the Seeker that the soul-forged weapons of Brachus Rex remain hidden in a vault, but the Magisters recovered them before he could. Gareth failed to reach the armory in time. But there is another vault, hidden beyond the Magister's guile. If you can steal away these weapons, your friends may well stand a chance. But beware, such items are of limited power. If they cease to function, speak to me. I will be able to help.
Tell her you've been to the vault and recovered the wand. Wait.
You have? That's wonderful, of course. But tell me, did you see anything else? Did you find any soul jars?
Tell her that you don't have any soldiers.
Curses. Please, you must return. You must find them. They're relics of great power. And if they were to fall into the wrong hands, it cannot happen. It must not happen. Please, you must find them.
And promise her you'll take a look.
Armadia's blessings upon your brave soul.
As you wish.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
This may do some damage before it breaks.
Oh. Oh, well, welcome back, Wells. But, that's not good.
I can make this work.
Blessed Armadia, grant these soldiers your protection. I pray.
What? Want some rum? Oh. Not much of a rum drinker. But I am a beer drinker, so cheers. Okay, so I need to get back here. Friend is drunk. Oh no. Well, how's that, friend? He's out. Ah. Now, did I accidentally sell one of those jars? Yeah, it looks like it.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But underneath it all lies bone and blood. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped.
Nice, I see Skyrim. I've played a lot of Skyrim.
As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Flip jar into backpack. I'm gonna grab all these.
This jar glitters and glows. The terrible vision fades.
Gratiana used the pain and deaths of others for her pleasures. She should be damned until the end of time.
Gratiana's life was selfish and hedonistic. No mercy.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed. However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
Let's see, will this happen to me now? Well,
This jar glitters with a jerk. Your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Bracchus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming. You can feel the dwarf's cold terror still twisting in your gut.
slip the jar into my backpack. Oh, there we go.
The vision fades.
Any sins can be forgiven under the right
I've
circumstances?
rarely seen such cowardice on display.
Keeping the dead as slaves? What a disgusting display. She deserved every punishment she got. Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any necromancer deserves.
Quite a jarring story, but quite a jarring. Oh god. Okay.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in the pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness.
Alright.
As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Bracchus Rex. He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong.
Here's a joke. What animal makes alcohol? Beers. Okay.
Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
Such selfishness, such unneeded pain, disgust.
This is the price of pride and greed. The villain got what he deserved.
No amount of loneliness excuses wickedness. He helped a monster for selfish reasons.
What he did shames his people.
Okay, well, there's that. Time to get out of here. Hey, Hunter, how's it going, buddy? Evening to you too, sir. Doing good? Awesome. Okay, now back to here. Yes.
Blessed Amar, grant these soldiers your protection. So, you returned Gareth. You have my thanks for giving them hope. But I fear for their future. They cannot escape these swamps.
Then you're more the fool.
Very well. I told the Gareth failed. If you can, but beware. Such items as you have.
Wand.
That's wonderful, of course.
He did find them.
Tell me,
Actually, ask
did
what
you
she
see
wants with
anything?
them.
They are relics of great power. Please, you must give them to me. If I can make an offering of them to Armadia, it could aid your cause.
She
Guardian.
reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from the jar, enveloping Gratiana.
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh, goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face.
Ask what happened to her.
I suppose you deserve to know. Before I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person. I was the concubine of Brachus Rex. But more than his lover, I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen.
Quietly let her tell her tale.
As his strength grew, so too did mine. There is nothing you cannot do when you sit on the lap of a powerful king. And I did it all. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous.
Must have been frightening to see him change
I
like that.
tried not to see it. I told myself it was fine, that the stronger he became, the stronger I was. What stupid lies. I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole villages. He devoured them and demanded more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came, until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless.
Observe whatever crimes she committed in her past. She seems to be making up for them now.
Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
Rest a hand on her shoulder and say that you're glad she found her way.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia, I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried to rid the world of my evil, but Brachus would not allow it. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death, he commanded me.
Ask how she escaped.
Only when 2 source hunters ended his curse was I free. Since
Oh.
then, I have returned here and spent centuries trying to heal the pain I've caused. And now...
That's talking about the previous game.
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
You have my thanks, brother.
Reach out and squeeze her tight. Thank her for her tail and for trying to live a good
She
life.
starts to speak, but chokes back a sob instead.
Thank you. I can't. I've never known such kindness. Thank you for everything. May you walk forever in Armadia's grace.
I can make this work. Maybe. You didn't lose your head. Well done. My honor to serve.
Gareth's back.
Amidst the placid little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort.
You notice that her face looks familiar. It is the one you saw in the dungeons of Fort
As you
Joy.
gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze.
Decide to see where this leads despite your apprehensions? Well, listen intensely. Expose yourself to this unearthly voice.
The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
Commiserate with her plight. Few fates are worse than hers. Am I ready for doom? No. But we're doing it anyways. Commiserate with her plight. Few fates are worse than
A
hers.
feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels like your heart merges with the spirits, torn together by a coil of thorns.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me and bathe in the tears of Armadia.
Keep her own sorrows quiet, but let her grief overcome you and weep for her children.
Your tears mingle with those of the goddess down in the tranquil crystalline pond. As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond now shines with an inner light, and standing in its waters, you feel rejuvenated, pure, as if born anew.
Armadia's grace. Blessings upon this day.
Oh. Okay, curiosity's got me. I'm gonna quick save here. I want you to.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and
Blessed
sound.
Armadia, grant these soldiers your protection.
Okay, it does
I
not
pray you will strengthen their
rejuvenate souls.
spells and set their blades afire.
Does not rejuvenate swords. It's just a healing pond. Okay.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
The goddess's tears still stream freely, but an aura of loving calm now permeates the soft, moist air.
Bow your head, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and call to her. Oh!
My honor to serve.
Neat.
You've done well so far. Keep it up.
Fort
Blessed
Joy Square,
Armada,
Hollow Marshes.
grant these soldiers your protection.
Aha! Here we go. Time to come down here. Alright. This is a new area, chat.
In the flickering torchlight, you see a Magister lying muttering on the ground. As you approach, he turns with a jerk.
No, stay back. Not another step closer if you want to live.
Stop where you stop where you are and say that you don't want to fight. You just want to talk.
Fight? I'm not afraid of you. You should be afraid of me.
The Magister nods towards his hand, and you see the skin is midnight black. It seems to undulate, as if worms were squirming through his flesh. He grimaces and tucks it underneath his arm, squeezing it tight.
Ask him what happened.
He nods towards the bodies of the dead Magisters, twisted in the thorned blood.
Same as those poor souls. We finished clearing out this blasted room and wanted to move on to the next. As soon as they touched that switch, they were screaming. Some void curse. Dallas warned us to take care, but we never knew we...
Wonder how he managed to survive.
Survive? I'm as dead as them. Just taking my time getting there.
Ugh.
They were gathered round it. Took the brunt of it. Got me on the arm, though. Clipped me. It was enough.
Wonders if there's anything you can do to help.
He looks up at you, his eyes staring deep into yours.
I saw how they died. I heard them screaming. I don't want to go like that. I don't want to face that. Please. I can't lift my sword. I can't do it myself.
Promise him you'll do what you
He
can.
lowers his eyes to stare at his black, squirming hand.
Just make it quick.
Ugh.
In the flickering torchlight, you see a
No, stay back.
The Magister looks up as you approach.
So what are you waiting for? End it!
I'm sure you'll do as you promised and take your
The
leave.
Magister moans in pain.
Damn. Oh wow, 1,700 for that? Whew. Oh man. Half a sword. Wait a minute. Oh. Would there have been a way for me to have... Oh, bugger. Well. I sold my other two parts of a sword. I think there might have been... I'm almost thinking that there might have been a way I could have actually... Oh well.
This puddle, it glows. What could this mean?
Oh, that source. Old dagger. Huh. Rained one. Interesting.
No wonder it doesn't work.
Pick lock? This lock can't be picked. Okay. So, what do I do?
His most venerated eminence, Brachus Rex.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Get a source point on contact. Huh. Oh. Here, buddy.
Halt! Who goes there?
State your name and ask who you're speaking
I
to.
am Marina the Brave. You are daring indeed to enter my domain.
Ask the rat how she came by her name.
I'm an assassin of ants and crucifier of crickets. All rodents bow before me. So do lesser beasts, like humans, for instance. My title is bestowed upon me by the king of all rats in honor of my renowned achievements.
Oh, you love a good story. Ask to hear of her tales from the battlefield.
She waxes on at length regarding her wartime exploits, describing feats no rat you've ever seen could actually perform.
And thus I brought Morienda to his knees. And that was all before noontime.
Thank the rat for a delightful story and share a few of your own.
To your surprise, the rat listens intently as you recount your time in Fort Joy and your escape into the Hollow Marshes.
Oh, my friend, you are an adventure after my own heart. I have heard many stories in my day, but none as exciting as this. May I ask you a favour, perhaps?
Agree to this favor and ask what it is. Ask to know what the favor is before agreeing to
A
it.
true warrior never tips her hand. This was the advice I was given by the king of all rats himself. I cannot divulge until you agree.
Alright, agree to this favor and ask what
I
it
want
is.
to know more. More. Return to me when you have a chance and share your adventures. I want to hear about every spell cast and cliffside scaled, every chest pillaged and every sword swung. But if you are to return, I need to make sure you remain in one piece. So, let me share another morsel of information I've picked up on my travels.
Okay.
The levers in here are cursed. Best not to touch them unless you bless them somehow, lest they infect you with their torment. Now hurry back. I can't wait to hear if your ventures can hold a candle to the other. I mean, to my own.
Aha. I need to find bless skill.